and gals, welcome to another episode of GearHeadGirl Garage, where today we're going to be showing you guys how to change your radiator fluid into a coolant flush. We're going to be doing this on the 1998 Trans Am today. So the tools you're going to need, you're going to want your jack and jack stands. If you're not sure how to properly jack up your car, please reference our previous episode. You're also going to want a drain pan that exceeds the capacity, your coolant capacity, so please check your owner's manual for the amount of fluid that you're going to need. You're going to want to get distilled water. You can use hose water in a pinch. I don't recommend it though, because the impurities in the water can lead to problems further on with your engine, so you really do want to opt for the distilled water. You can find this at your local grocery store, hardware store, pretty cheap. For this particular vehicle, we're going to be using Dexcool. This is a 50-50 premix already. It's not concentrated, we don't have to add water to it. The distilled water is going to be used for flushing purposes. And then today we're also going to be using a special flush cleaner just to help clean up the system. This is ideal if you're going to be, say, switching from green to blue or orange, whatever. If you're changing the type of coolant, you never ever want to mix them. It can cause a lot of corrosion problems. So if you happen to have a car that has, somebody's done this and it's corroded, you're going to want to use a flush kind of like this, perhaps multiple times to help clean out that system and prevent further damage. So we'll go ahead and get started. Once you have your car jacked up, you can go ahead, pop the hood. And locate the radiator. Come down here, take your drain pan. What you're going to want to do is find the radiator pet cup, which on this particular model is going to be on the passenger side at the bottom of the radiator. So we're just going to open this and let the fluid drain out. Go ahead. Drain the system. Should take maybe up to 10 minutes. Set the pet cock in a safe place. I'm going to go ahead and open up the radiator from the top to allow for further draining. So as this is draining, we're going to go ahead, come up here. Make sure your car is nice and cool before you open this. You don't want to open this on a hot or warm car. There we go. And open that up. You can see here we've got a bit of a dirty cap. You want to clean that up or replace it, ideally. And we'll rinse this off later. Go ahead and set that aside and wait till your car finishes draining. So now that our coolant has all drained out, we're gonna take our petcock, go ahead and reinstall it. So just go put it back in, screw it all the way back. And then once it's all the way in, the fluid should stop leaking out. It should be pretty much about empty anyway, so just do it all the way until it stops. And then we can go ahead and get started with our flush. So with all the coolant drained, we're going to go ahead and pour in this flush. If your capacity is more than 12 quarts, you want to use 2 of these. This is less than 12 quarts. So we're just going to be using 1. Go ahead and open this up. Petcock is secure. And we'll just pour it in. And then we're going to add water to fill. I recommend using distilled water, but we're going to be using hose water for this part. So you just want to fill it. Go. This outside. We're going to take our cleaned off cap and screw that back on. And then we're going to need to get the car up to operating temperature. Once the car is up to operating temperature, you want to let it run for 10 minutes in order to let the thermostat open up. This is a very important step. You don't want to skip this. So if you look at our temperature gauge right now, it was just up at 210 and thermostat open, and it's dropped down to about 175. So we're good to go on that aspect. So now that our thermostat has opened up and we're at temperature, we can go ahead and shut the car off. So once your engine has reached temperature, you want to go ahead and let it run for 10 minutes to make sure the thermostat opens up. You can usually hear it when the fan clicks on, the thermostat will open up, and let it run a little bit beyond that. Make sure everything's flushed through. And then you can go ahead, shut it off, let it cool off. It's very important to let it cool off. Even if it just feels warm to the touch, it can still be extremely hot and burning. So take the time, let it cool, and then we're going to drain out the flush and refill it with fresh new coolant. There we go. So you got the cap off. Gonna go ahead and come down here. And once again, loosen up the petcock and allow the flush and the water to come back out. So we're just gonna go back to our petcock, loosen that up. You'll notice the fluid should be more a little bit more clear this time. Ideally, you want it to be fully clear. Like that, let it drain out. Takes about 10 minutes or so to fully drain. So now that we've drained out all of the flush, we're going to go ahead and shut the petcock once again. So just screw it tight. And then we're going to do another flush with just straight distilled water. All right, that's shut. So we're going to go back up top. We've got our distilled water. We're just going to keep adding until we fill it back up again, and then we're going to repeat the process of starting the car, letting it warm up, letting the thermostat turn on about 10 minutes after it's warmed up, and letting the whole system get flushed with the distilled water. Then we'll drain that, and once again we'll finish up by adding the fresh new coolant. Once again, I recommend using a funnel, but it is optional. And if you do make a mess, it's just distilled water. It's not like spilling oil all over the engine. There's 1 gallon. Go ahead, grab the next gallon. So you can go ahead, stop there, go ahead, turn the car on, let the thermostat kick on. So we're going to do our final drain before the coolant. This is just distilled water, so it should come out clear. Once again, you just twist the petcock open. Yeah, that's a lot better. Just undo that. It should take about 10 minutes to fully drain out. Once it's drained out, twist it counterclockwise to close and go ahead and fill with your 50-50 mix. That's cool. Alright, so we've let all of our distilled water run through. It's running through clear, so we can go ahead, close the petcock for the last time, and fill the radiator in the system with Dexcool. For this particular vehicle, we're going to use this the orange Dexcool. This is a pre-mixed 50-50, so you do not have to add additional distilled water. If you get the concentrate, then you will have to mix it according to the directions. ahead and open this up. If you have a funnel, I do recommend using a funnel. First one. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start on the second one. Starting to get full. All right, we'll go ahead and start it. All right, so we'll go ahead and start the car. All right, now the car has had some time to cool. We're gonna go ahead and take off this cap. And check the level. As you can see, it's gone down. So we're just gonna add more to top it off, and then we're gonna top off our coolant reservoir. Add a little bit more. Go ahead. Close this. When you shut it, you want to make sure that these two arrows are in line with this hose. You go ahead and check the reservoir level. So we want it to be in between these 2 points right here. So now we'll go ahead and top off our reservoir. Needs a little bit more. And now we're right in between those two bars where we want to be. Just make sure the caps are secure. Clean up any spills. Topped off the radiator. We've topped off our reservoir. Cleaned up any spills. We're good to go. We'll go ahead, shut the hood, and drop the car back down. All right, so that finishes up our coolant flush GearHeadGirl episode. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time. Check us out online at GearHeadGirl69.com or GHG69.com, or follow us on Instagram at GearHeadGirl69.